earn the starting job under center for the Patriots, but it was also announced players voted to name him one of the 3 offensive captains in his first year with the team. In response, Cam Newton posted an image of the captains to Instagram saying in part, "New England, I will not and do not take this opportunity for granted. I am so grateful for this organization, my teammates, and this city." And now we welcome in Marcus Spears. Stephen A., does starting Cam Newton as quarterback make the Patriots the favorites now in the AFC East?
No, but it's not because Cam Newton is starting. It's because of all the losses they've had on the defensive side of the ball. You've had 9 people that if I remember correctly, that opted not to participate in this upcoming season due to the coronavirus pandemic. Of course, you still got some question marks at the receiver spot, even though N'Keal Harry is back. Lacoste is not going to be there. Julian Edelman is going to be there. But you're still wondering about what the passing game is going to be like. Cam Newton, really for the last year and a half hasn't been that active on the field, so we've got to wonder about him. Remember, I think it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 times in his career he's completed better than 60% of his passes in his 9 years. And so the most accurate passer in the world, he is not. He's a phenomenal athlete. He's a winner. He finds a way to get things done and continue, particularly with Sony Michel and James White and those boys in the backfield, particularly if they end up, with even another running back. Who knows? They might grab Adrian Peterson now that he's been let go by the Washington Redskins. You just never know. Their running attack will be there, and they may be able to do some things offensively, but particularly with the absence of Hightower and Chung and others on the defensive side of the ball, I don't know if you can just definitively put them ahead of the Buffalo Bills. From a talent perspective, Buffalo's defense is big time. Offensively, they're going to grow. Stephon Diggs is there right now. Allen can only grow at the quarterback position. They definitely have a running game as well. And their Achilles heel, their hiccup is that they seem to not be able to get over the hump against New England just because. If you want to say that, then obviously New England deserves to be the favorite. But I'm going to still go from a talent perspective. Definitely the Buffalo Bills and Sean, their coach, he can coach. And so I just think that when you look at it, I wouldn't be surprised if they were successful, but I still believe that the Buffalo Bills should be the favorites in the AFC East with all the changes that has happened in New England and, more importantly, the number of dudes that have elected not to play this upcoming season because of the pandemic.
See, this is perfect because what you just laid out, Stephen A., is a very logical answer. And I could get with that. I could if you and I were talking at the bar and we was just chopping it up about this division and who would win, I would agree with you to a certain extent. Here's the thing, though, that has pushed me over the edge as far as the Patriots winning this division. Number one, all right, we all throw Bill Belichick out there. And obviously Bill Belichick cachet and what he's done as a head coach is on record and a very successful. The thing that I remember, though, more than anything about Bill Belichick, he's done more with less than probably any coach has done in the last 10, 15 years. When I say less, the year Tom Brady was injured, Matt Castle stepped in and won 11 games. All right, you write teams off when they lose a starting quarterback. You look at what Tom Brady went through last year. As much as Stephen A. and myself and a lot of people said, devoid of talent, you know how many games they won? 12. They won 12 games last year. And the big question mark, Cam Newton. What about Cam Newton? Is Cam going to be Cam? Is he going to be able to facilitate and operate in this offense the way he needs to in order to bring this team up offensively? I believe so, because I don't think Bill Belichick would have named him the starter if he didn't give him a distinct advantage in certain areas based on his history in coaching. You get to the other side of the ball, whereas the valid point as ever. Dante Hightower arguably been one of the best players, if not the best player on that defense last 2 or 3 years. Patrick Chung and his experience in doing the things that he's done. But Stephon Gilmore is still there. They still running the same defense. They've plug and played guys on defense and have been as successful as when their starters have been out. They suffered injuries, sustained changes, all of those things. I'm going with Bill Belichick. This is the Patriots' division to lose. I like what McDermott is doing. I'm not all the way sold on Josh Allen. I got to be honest with y'all. I know we keep talking about it, and he's had some great moments in games, but for you to be all the way in on Josh Allen being good enough to beat New England based on what Bill Belichick is going to do to him game plan-wise, have at it. I'm going with the New England Patriots.
Well,
I'm going with Bill Belichick, and I think Cam Newton is going to be the comeback player of the year in a tight race with Ben Roethlisberger. Yes, sir.
Pastor Spears. Pastor Spears. Number one, when you bring up, I don't know why you brought up the bar instead of the church in terms of us having a conversation, Pastor Spears. I don't know if pastors should be seen in bars.
Point.
So let me throw that out. Let me throw that out the way right now. That's number one.
I can't get you in there.
No. I can get the Christian Cultural Center, Brooklyn, New York, Pastor A.R. Bernard. Don't sleep on a brother. I got the Lord in me sometimes. I got the Lord. I'm working my way. I'm working my way there, Marcus, man. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, all right? But listen to this, man. And so I wrote this down, Pastor Spears. I wrote this down. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about that secondary in Buffalo? Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer,
yep.
Teron Johnson. How you feel about them brothers? Are they big time? I think they're big time. Are they big time?
White, they big time. They big time. And Tre'Davious White, obviously, I'm biased, but I don't need to be the way he's playing. Well, he's one of the best corners in the league and trending to be the best.
Well, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Because I brought that up because we know Buffalo's defense is real. Okay? So we get to the offensive side of the ball. You got Devin Singletary. You saw their running game when he running the football, right? The brother's nice. You've added Stephon Diggs, right? You still got John Brown there, right? So you acquired him, right? He was in Baltimore last year. You got him now, right? So you got John Brown. You got Stephon Diggs, okay? All I'm thinking about is this. How are they much different than New England? I'll tell you how. To me, Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick. We get that part. But New England, when you look at New England, okay, you got your pieces. Buffalo essentially is a better version of New England because they got the pieces on defense returning, and New England does not. That's my issue. So I look at Buffalo, and I'm saying, New England, of course, New England's New England, but could Buffalo potentially take them? I would watch that. I would watch that.
Hey, absolutely. And we should have a healthy amount of respect for what McDermott has done. We should respect that team for what they did, even though they went and lost to the Texans.